Well, it's going to get busy in the pits as both Porsches are coming in. David Richards, thanks for joining us. Feel free to come back if you have some time later on. Thank you to David Richards from Aston Martin. Always good to hear the thoughts of the man who's done such a great job with that august British brand, both on and off the track. Well, through goes Mike Conway, chasing slightly Graham Goodwin, who's back on the headset now, but continues around. The Toyota number 8 leads in the hands of Nico Lapierre by 13 seconds. Then it's Andre Lotter and Porsche. And blink off! Off goes Conway. He's going to do very well to get that back. He's completely locked it up. Came off everything and got the front end back around. Now, how much of that was how much was good judgment, we will never know. But Mike Conway at the moment is trying to get his heart rate down from about 1 million. It's just one big puddle through 7, 8 and 9. He's completely off the circuit there, and those are slick tyres. It is like being on ice at that point. He did exactly the right thing and just took his foot off everything. That's the 51. That's the AF Corsa Ferrari.
The eight car in the gravel.
That's Nico Lapierre, the leader. He stayed out 1 lap too long. And also down there is one of the Ferraris. That's the 81. The AM car with Steve Wyatt at the wheel. And here comes the number 9 car as well.
And the 98, I think.
Look at the front wheel spinning, front 4-wheel drive. We've never seen that before because we've not been used to seeing the power being able to be put into the cars from such a low speed. This is carnage out there.
I think we're going to get a safety car here.
This is the end of the back straight. They're going far too fast as the number 7. Both Toyotas are in the gravel trap at the end of the long back straight. And very, very lucky indeed for Mike Conway. He's been off twice in just over 3.5 miles.
Porsche off as well, John. And the 26 Ligier, there's no grip at all there for those cars on the slicks into that turn. This is...
The Porsches have changed onto slicks. They didn't put wets on, says Louise, and the 20 cars off. And that is Timo Bernhard, and Timo is very good indeed. This is unbelievable that these guys should make such a bad decision. And now we've got the 61 Ferrari off as well, which is Luis Perez Compact, and he's an ex-WRC rally driver. He couldn't keep it on the island. Down the pit lane comes the number 2 Audi of Andre Lotter, who leads the motor race. Audi leads Lone Star Le Mans. Graham Goodwin.
Astonishing stuff. No pace there, no safety car at the moment, John, shown on
the screen.
But there was
just get some proper tyres on.
No grip there for anybody still on slicks at that turn. Was that 5, 6 cars? In fact, we've got a car park at that turn at the moment as the Audi is drifting through the corner. The number 1 car, there was standing water now there on the track surface and off. The car's now at, well, that was astonishing from Mike Conway a little earlier through the S's there.
Now, look at the bow wave. The last time I saw anything like this was at Silverstone in a GT race when the Panos of David Brabham very nearly won. You could boogie board behind those cars at the moment. And that is the number 1 Audi that's been off in the hands of Tom Christensen. This is very difficult conditions now. We have standing water all around the circuit, and it is extreme wet. Extreme wets must be going on these cars, and even with that now, will it? And there is Bernhard again locking up the front wheels. Just missed the back of the Ferrari. Timo Bernhard, the German in the Porsche team,
threaded the needle there, John. That was unbelievably lucky.
He's not in any control at all at this point, and he just has to. And it's a red flag. It's a red flag. We've stopped this, and I cannot believe that we've got a red flag for rain here. It's going to clear in about 5 minutes. There's blue sky out of the window of our box here, and Ben Treluer is in the pit lane. In fact, he's just gone back out on wets, of course, and he leads the motor race.
This is going to be interesting, John, because whilst we've got a lot of cars off the track, none of those cars are really damaged. They just can't get out the gravel. There is no grip for them to get out the gravel, and it's a very dangerous place indeed to try to get those cars recovered, of course, because you've got cars coming down way too fast with absolutely zero grip into that corner.
Red flag line is under the start gantry. We've got people in the pits who are refueling and doing work while the red flag's on, which is a bit of a no-go. We will have to go back. It's parc fermé on the start-finish line when there's a red flag. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cars. The CLM, we've had both Toyotas in the car park at the end of the long back straight at turn 13. The 7 car has got back to the pits in the hands of Mike Conway, although bizarrely he did have contact with the wall, whereas I think the 8 car hasn't. It's just stuck in the gravel, and despite having all-wheel drive now, the same as Timo Bernhard, who's on the grass and who can't get turned around, and out of that, he's stuck down there, and there's a Ferrari, I think we said it was the number 51 car.
61
and
the 81 car were down there. So the 2 red, of course, tipping down with rain, and there's damage there to the front splitter of the number 7 car.
That's why you need your rally mechanics who aren't worried about lying on wet surfaces.
So that's after the impact, a brush of the barrier for Mike Conway, but wow. That happened so fast, didn't it? We started with just a little bit of rain at turn 11 as David came onto the mic as the car's stopping now under the start gantry, and all too soon it went from turn 11, 10, 9, 8. You can see where that was going, and then the rain came down, and the port of doom there was poor Mike Conway. Formula Drift, eat your heart out there.
I think these guys are going to get waved up to the start line rather than the finish line, and the Krone car needs to get moving. They'll go back, actually. They'll go back a lap, as David Richards, who's standing just about rightly says. They will go back a lap. The clock will not stop at this point. There will be a decision taken on whether this race will be extended, and we might see a resetting of the clock. We've seen that before. This is the start gantry, not the finish gantry. Can't trust drivers, of course, to know all these things. The teams will be telling them. Graham? Quick, before you have a chat.
Tipping down here, but blue skies just around the circuit.
Can you describe a bit the contact you had, please? Yeah, just led all the way down the back straight and then tagged the wall on the left front side. And then kind of bounced me off. I didn't touch it again after that.
That was Mike Conway describing the extent of his tap. It's blue sky now where the weather's coming from, and in 5 minutes we'll be back racing again. And I just think people took liberties there and stayed on the slicks a little bit. Yes, all right, it's bad when you see water underneath the car pooling and having a bow wave like you've just seen there from that Audi. Then it's dangerous, because these cars effectively become the world's most expensive toboggan. Look at the water coming out through the louvres there onto the screen. So what we need to do is run down what's happened. The weather's come in, it's caught everybody out. Guys on slicks, and in fairness, I think some guys on wets as well, because of the extreme part of it. We've had 5 cars in the gravel trap. This is what we saw somewhere in the region of 10-15 minutes ago. This is turn 11. Then all of a sudden, the drops of rain stopped being a shower and started being a deluge. Starting it all off at the end of the back straight, the 2 Ferraris, 81 and 51. Mike Conway had a really lucky escape on 1 lap through the S's. Timo Bernhard, that's the 20 car of Timo Bernhard. Yes, he went off, and then he went off again later on in the lap. And these are additional stops. This is Timo Bernhard's second off, and he just misses the Ferrari. And he's not moved from there. And there it is from another direction. And look, I'm just letting the brakes off and cadence braking, trying to get some, that's on and off, pumping the brake pedal, trying to get some grip on the front wheels. That was actually pretty good driving by Timo to try and get him around that Ferrari.